The only one of its kind in South Africa, Onderstepoort Veterinary Academic Hospital takes pride of place within the University of Pretoria's Faculty of Veterinary Science. It offers comprehensive, affordable treatment to furry, feathered, and scaled patients, including pets and wildlife of all shapes and sizes, 24 hours a day. You can be confident that all our patients are in caring and competent hands of qualified experts assisted by enthusiastic, attentive students under professional supervision. The facility is a center of excellence, with specialists covering an unrivaled variety of disciplines all under one roof. We serve the community through our location visits to help care for those who can't do so themselves. Each case becomes a model of best practice, clinically and ethically, with treatment based on scientifically proven research and knowledge. The experience and expertise of the specialists can also provide innovative solutions to unusual problems, and when an inside view is needed, digital radiography, ultrasound, computed tomography, and nuclear imaging are available to facilitate diagnosis. No matter whether you're big with a routine little problem or tiny with a big ache, you'll always be welcome at the Onderstepoort Veterinary Academic Hospital, and you can be sure that you'll receive the best care possible.
Good morning and a hearty welcome to the Onderstepoort Veterinary Academic Hospital of the Faculty of Veterinary Science of the University of Pretoria. We are very glad to see all of you here today and that you've made a time to join us in this, what is not only an historic but a very proud moment in the history of the faculty. But before we continue, let us show you why we are so proud of this facility. You've now all seen this facility that we are so very proud of. I would now like to hand over to the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Veterinary.
Good morning to everybody watching today, and a very warm welcome to our Principal, Professor Coupe, members of the Executive, Deans, staff and guests. It gives me great pleasure to be part of the official opening of the newest edition of the Veterinary Academic Hospital, or OVA as we know it, being the commissioning of a state-of-the-art MRI scanner. While COVID unfortunately delayed the placement of the equipment in what we hoped would be a centenary improvement this last year, we are nonetheless thankful that we have reached the end of the journey and that the project got completed despite the trying times. The opening of the MRI unit today is also hopefully one of a series of additions we foresee being made to the OVA as we make it a truly outstanding multi-species tertiary care hospital. For those that may not be aware, the new MRI follows on the addition of a new wildlife wing to the hospital and a new high care and ICU unit. So what does this addition mean to the faculty? To understand this, we need to look back in history. While we are the only veterinary faculty in South Africa today, we are the second oldest veterinary school in Africa. We offer the second oldest medical-based degree in the country, with only the MBCHB at UCT being older, and we are undoubtedly the premier veterinary clinical training facility on the continent. However, this level of excellence did not just happen and has been a long journey that follows on many years of pioneering development in the field, which started in 1925 when the first veterinary academic hospital was opened at the Onderstepoort Bacteriology Laboratory across the road. The faculty saw the next major leap in its clinical development when the University of Pretoria opened its first hospital in 1954, when it formally took over all veterinary training from the then Department of Agriculture. The third major step came when the current OVA was opened in 1993 as a world-class comprehensive teaching facility. Over its 30 years of existence, the OVA has allowed the faculty to make many groundbreaking achievements, from surgical interventions to the further understanding of devastating diseases like babesiosis. Through these clinical platforms, the faculty has graduated 5,139 veterinarians, 1,170 veterinary nurses, and 308 specialists in veterinary medicine over the last century. So what does this newest addition to the OVA bring to the faculty? It allows the clinical staff of the OVA to be at the cutting edge of veterinary diagnostics. At this point, one question may arise, being why? Why invest so heavily in veterinary education? The answer is fairly simple. By investing in facilities now, we are investing in the future of the country and our economy. Allow me to elaborate. The simplest and smallest benefit that an MRI scanner brings is that it will be used on patients entering the OVA, be it pets, horses, or wildlife. The immediate impact of this is that patients at the OVA will receive the most up-to-date care. However, the real, far-reaching benefits are much more complex. What it does offer is that our students undertaking their clinical training will receive the requisite exposure to advanced patient care, which they can take with them into private practice. While it will not be a reality for the majority of our graduates to undertake their own MRIs, their exposure on campus will let them know that advanced diagnostics is something they can strive towards. Finally, it also allows our graduates opportunity to further their education by entering into world-class specialist programs at the faculty. As our future specialists, these graduates will become the pipeline for new knowledge generation and further advances in patient care. So, to me, the investment in the OVA is not an investment in the facility, but an investment in the training of every future veterinarian who will go on to develop communities and support animal welfare, including advancing the country's farming industry. There is no limit on what a well-trained veterinarian who can think out of the box can achieve in the country. With that, let me end with a most fitting quote from the great Mahatma Gandhi. The greatness of a nation can be judged by the way its animals are treated. With the level of training the faculty is now able to offer, we can be assured that we as a country are definitely moving forward in the right direction. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Professor Coupe, our Principal and Vice Chancellor. I thank you for your time.
Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Paul Van Dam, Director of the OVAH, the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Vini Naidu, members of the Executive, Deans of other faculties, Directors and Heads of Department, Dr. Sewil Rudolph, representative of the estate of the late Miss Betty Knox, Senior Representative of our industry partners, among them Mr. Ayanda Swana, CEO of Cement Healthineers for Southern Africa, Senior Representatives of the South African Veterinary Council and the South African Veterinary Association, Senior Representative of the Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, Senior Representatives of the Department of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries, Senior Representatives of the Gauteng Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, other staff members and colleagues, and all our guests tuned into this event. Have you ever really wondered what the value or worth of a name is? It was in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet that Juliet posed the question, what's in a name? There is no need to dwell on an interpretation of the profound quotation attached to this question, but it suggests that names themselves do not hold worth nor meaning, and they simply act as labels to distinguish one entity or person from another. Perhaps a name in itself means a little, or does it? In our day and age, we also know that people judge an idea, a company, or an institution by the name. Al Riaz, American author, marketing professional, and master of the concept of positioning in the business world, once said, "The name is the hook that hangs the brand on the ladder." A name can inspire, it can build brands and transcend the sea of mediocrity. A good name can also create a feeling of familiarity, the fact that you know it so well. Over time, it becomes a household name. A good name also extends to a reputation, what an entity is known for or opinions that are generally held about it. With what do we thus associate an institution, a business, or a name? In other words, a good name equals a good reputation. The real value, worth, and most important asset of any business or entity is exactly that, its reputation. If it has a good one, it builds trust, inspires, and brings success. Synonymous with a unique, one of its kind, Faculty of Veterinary Science in South Africa, the Onderstepoort Veterinary Academic Hospital, has over the years distinguished itself on various levels, including excellent service delivery, exceptional achievements, veterinary training, and community engagement. It has become a household name in the country, an entity of trust and reliability. It has built both a good name and an excellent reputation. Fast forward to 2021. During this year alone, the veterinary hospital was already responsible for 3 firsts in the country, including life-saving heart surgery on 2 dogs using a groundbreaking technique, South Africa's first partial knee replacement on a cat, and South Africa's first neuroprosthesis on a horse. More recently, in May this year, the hospital received the Platinum Award in the 2021 Build Readers' Choice competition in the veterinary category after Build and Network 24 readers cast their votes in the annual competition. And now today, the OVA starts another new exciting chapter in the faculty's more than 100-year history. The University of Pretoria is proud to share in this historic moment and in the joy of the faculty and the OVA of acquiring its first ever magnetic resonance imaging or MRI scanner. The recently acquired MRI scanner provides the OVA with a comprehensive set of imaging modalities, including conventional radiographs, popularly known as X-rays, ultrasound, scintigraphy, computed tomography, CT, and now magnetic resonance imaging, what we know as MRI. Being the newest form of imaging in use today, MRI was put to use in human medicine in 1977. In veterinary medicine, it has been utilized since the mid-1990s. Since then, clinical use of magnetic resonance has grown parallel to the development of specialized veterinary medicine, particularly in the field of neurology. In South Africa, the use of MRI for diagnostic purposes in animals was limited to small animal use, and in the past, most MRI scans were done in human facilities by special arrangement. While the OVA has also made use of services offered at medical hospitals, this created added complexities of transporting ill animals, together with biosecurity concerns, limiting times at which scans could be undertaken. Here is the good news to all that have been tuned in today. Not only is this state-of-the-art MRI scanner the strongest unit in veterinary use anywhere in Africa, based on the strength of its magnetic field, the large diameter of the scanner allows scans of the body of even the largest dog, the limbs and necks of larger animals such as horses, as well as other animals including wildlife such as the big cats and great apes. What does this actually mean? Stronger magnetic fields mean faster examinations with greater detail and clearer pictures compared to lower strength units. By providing excellent images of soft tissue, the MRI scans enable the veterinary clinician to make an accurate and often early diagnosis, allowing properly targeted treatment plans. In some disease processes, MRI is the only imaging technique that can permit an accurate diagnosis. Furthermore, it includes but is not limited to the following. MRI is a safe and non-invasive procedure. It does not cause any pain or discomfort. It is the diagnostic method of choice when there is low contrast between adjoining tissue types because it can reveal diseased tissue and subtle abnormalities that cannot be identified with radiographs or CT scans. This includes the brain. MRI distinguishes between gray matter, white matter, nerves, and cerebrospinal fluid. Detecting brain tumors and how it would be best treated can be done without the need for a biopsy. Within the locomotor system, it can distinguish between muscles, tendons, and ligaments, surrounding joints, joint fluid, and joint cartilage. Lastly, lesions of the spinal cord are also best visualized with MRI. Distinguished guests, today we celebrate a new milestone in the history of this faculty and this veterinary hospital. It is the beginning of a new exciting era in service delivery and patient care. Opening this facility will add further impetus to improving the life of the hospital's patients. Lest we also not forget that the acquisition of the new MRI scanner was made possible in part by a generous bequest from the late Miss Betty Knox, who left a large part of her estate to be used to the benefit of animals. The university and faculty are truly grateful for the donation and the opportunities the new MRI will offer. In conclusion, this initiative goes further than just making a positive difference in a community. It reinforces the hospital's invaluable role and position as the country's leading veterinary hospital and its delivery of specialized and world-class veterinary clinical services. Congratulations on this huge achievement. Let your existing name and outstanding reputation serve as a motivation for continued excellence. I thank you.
Thank you, Professor Cooper, and also to Professor Naidu. We would like to show you some images of what the MRI scans actually look like after they've been done on patients. Thank you everybody for your presence. We hope you enjoyed it and that you will support this new facility at the faculty.